Hi friends, today we are discussing the concept of formation of image by a convex lens. Convex lens is also known as converging lens. Okay, here you have your convex lens. How to identify as a convex lens? For convex lens, the middle part will be thick and edge part will be thin. First of all, we have to locate optic center, focus and center of curvature for convex lens. Okay, here you can see the convex lens. Here you can observe the two focal points and two center of curvature. Because it is a lens, we can observe the refraction. That means when a light passes to the lens, the light ray will be refracted. Okay, so for this convex lens, we have to place an object at different positions and we need to identify the different types of images and its position, which is similar to like your concave mirror. But in lens, an object will be placed at one side and image will be obtained at another side due to the refraction. In case of mirror, object and image will be placed at the same side. Now, what are the possible cases where we can place an object? Similar to like your concave mirror, you can place an object at infinity, beyond C. That means you can place an object beyond C, and you can place an object at C, and you can place an object between F and C, and you can place an object on F, and you can place an object between O and F. These are the possible cases. That means beyond infinity, beyond C, on C, between F and C, on F, between O and F. Now let me go for our first ray diagram. The first case, an object is placed beyond C2. Now the image will be obtained between F and C, that is F1 and C1, similar to like your concave mirror. To complete this ray diagram, we have to use the rules. So here we have here three rules related to your convex lens. The first rule, parallel to principal axis passes through focal point. As it is a lens, you can observe the refraction. And you have your second rule, passes through focal point parallel to principal axis. And you have your third rule, passes through optic center, the ray will not get deviated. So these are the three main rules. By using these rules, we can complete the ray diagram. But we can use any two among these three rules to complete your ray diagram. Okay. Now let me see your first, when we place an object beyond C2, how we will be obtain an image at F1 and C1. So object placed beyond C2, image is obtained between F and C1. I used here rule 1 and rule 3. So this is your object position. So first rule, parallel to principal axis passes through focal point. And rule 3, passes through optic center and again refracts through optic center itself only. Here the two refracted rays are intersected. So the image is obtained between F and C1. So what is your object position? The object position is beyond C2. What about the image position? The image position is between F1 and C1. What type of nature of the image? It is formed below the principal axis. So it is inverted image. Okay. And what about its size? The size is diminished. Okay. The size is diminished. Here see object size is bigger and image size is smaller. Second ray diagram, which is quite opposite. In first case, I placed an object beyond C and image is obtained between F and C. Now I am placing an object between F2 and C2. Now the image will be obtained beyond C. Here I used the rule 1 and rule 3. So what is your first rule? Parallel to principal axis passes through focal point. What is your third rule? Passes through optic center. Here you can see where an image will be formed, where the refracted rays are intersecting. So the refracted rays are intersected at beyond C1. So the image is obtained is enlarged image. Here you see the size of an object and size of the image. The image size is bigger when compared with an object size, so it is an enlarged image. So where is an object position? The object position is between F2 and C2. Where the image is obtained? It is beyond C1. What type of an image it is? It is an real inverted. What about the size of an image? It is enlarged. Next ray diagram, I placed an object on center of curvature. So the image is also obtained on center of curvature. Here also I used rule 1 and rule 3. Parallel to principal axis, passes through focal point, passes through optic center. The refracted rays are intersected exactly below the principal axis on center of curvature. Here you see object position we placed on C2 and image position is obtained at C1 and the image is obtained below the principal axis. So it is real and inverted. What about the size? So in this case, the image size and object size are same. Okay. So the object size and image size are same. So next ray diagram, I placed object on focal point. The image will be obtained at infinity. So here I used the rule 1 and rule 3. Okay. So object first rule parallel to principal axis passes through focal point and third rule passes through optic center. Here the rays are not intersected here. It will be intersecting definitely at infinity distance from your lens. So the object is placed on F2 and image is obtained at infinity and the nature it is real inverted and the size will be highly enlarged. When you place object at F, image will be obtained at infinity. If you place an object at infinity, an image will be obtained at focal point. Okay, next you see now the object is placed at infinity. So infinity, so the rays are coming from the infinity. So I represented here the dotted lines. So here I used only the rule 1. In case of concave mirror also, when I placed an object at infinity, I used rule 1 only. So parallel to principal axis passes through focal point. Here you can observe the two refracted rays are exactly intersected on focal point. So object is placed at infinity and image is obtained at focal point and the nature is real and inverted and the size is highly diminished, which is quite opposite when you place an object at focal point. So your last ray diagram, an object is placed between optic center and focal point. An image will be obtained behind the lens. Here also I used the rule 1 and rule 3. Here you can observe very clearly the first rule parallel to principal axis passes through focal point and rule 3 passes through optic center. In this case the refracted rays are extended backside and image will be obtained behind the lens and these dotted lines represent the refracted rays. So this is for your third rule and this is for your first rule where these dotted lines are intersected. These dotted lines also refracted rays, but it will be you can observe inside the lens. Okay, here an image will be obtained and it's an erect image and you can observe it is an enlarged magnified image. So now you can observe the object is placed between O and F2. An image is obtained behind the lens and nature is erect image. So virtual erect and size is enlarged or magnified. Okay. Here you can see all the 6 ray diagrams which are related to convex lens. Easy to remember. When you place an object beyond C, an image is obtained between F and C. If you place an object between F and C, image will be obtained beyond C. Here diminished, here enlarged. Here you see object is placed at infinity, image is obtained at focal point. Here if you place an object at focal point, image will be obtained at infinity. Here highly diminished, highly enlarged. Here diminished, enlarged. Here you see object placed at center of curvature, image is obtained at center of curvature. Object placed between O and F, image will be obtained behind the lens. Very easy to remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In these 5 cases, I used rule 1 and rule 3. Only in this case, I used only rule 1. Thank you. Thanks for watching the video.